Hi everybody. Waiting for Sean. Just spoke to him on WhatsApp. He's coming online. You want a shout out? Olipana? Here's your shout out. No, I cannot shout out to everybody. Check. Sean is already here. What's up, everybody? If I could have made it on 11-a-side, I did play for professional clubs until I was 19 years old. So there was some. I had some potential. I just messed up, and then I got into street football, and I'm happy that I made that decision. Guys, let me check where Sean is. Give me a second. Ah, there's my man. Yeah, Sean is here. Sean is in the building. Yeah, I would definitely be in the west side. Yo, Sean, send me a request, man. I want to see you. Sean, send me an invitation, please.
Yo, what's up?
How you
Almost
doing?
on time. Almost.
Almost on time. No, it's perfect, man. Us street football players don't do time.
You are always on time. All the tournaments we did, you were always on time. Oh,
Yeah, I need to set an
all the
example,
time.
man.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really
Right?
good.
We have a responsibility.
Yeah, that's true. You have to set up this. Otherwise, it's a chaos.
So how's life, man?
Yeah, everything is good. Like everybody, I think at home, trying to do stuff. Yeah, trying to do stuff. Trying to invent new ways. Trying to be creative.
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we're back.
Vous voyez,
Connected to Wi-Fi. I wasn't connected to Wi-Fi. I'm sorry.
it's okay, it's okay. Because
Yeah.
in Dubai the connection is so bad, so it might be sometimes it might be some cut, but it will come back after 10 seconds.
Okay, got it. We'll wait. We're patient. We got nothing to do in the Corona period.
Almost.
Hey, Sean. Well, normally we do a small introduction, but I don't think you need an introduction. I just want to first start talking about how we've met. We've met in Amsterdam, Pepsi Stage, and it was in
Yeah.
2005, 2006.
2006.
It was 2006. Yeah, it was a funny period of time because we were the hardcore street football players, and we had like a hybrid event, freestyle and street football, which went hand in hand back then. And I saw two of these hip hop dudes, do-rags, baggy clothing, a totally different style of freestyling. Um, I actually
Oh la
watched the
la.
footage yesterday in the arena in the semifinals, and I immediately saw something different. And I know that even the freestyle scene didn't appreciate it, that you guys, you know, had a different style and mixed up like a little bit of breakdancing, basketball, and football. And I immediately was sold. You know that I immediately came up to you like, Hold up, who are you?" I was a fan immediately. You know, for us as a street football player, looking at freestyle, it was totally different. And now it came a little bit more together, you know, especially the swag, the way of presenting yourself, and the entertainment. So that was my first altercation with you, man. I don't know if you remember it as well as I did.
I remember perfectly, man. It was so when I start, like I start street football and freestyle together. So, and you know, I made some research, and for sure I came to your videos, and you may be master of the game at that time, but some of Dutch futsal player, they came in France to do some futsal tournament, and I ended up playing against them. And they called like the pana, you know, and I didn't know what was the pana, and I was the first guy who was invited to play against them at the halftime of the tournament. So you
Yeah,
know, I didn't know about pana. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna get meg, right? So after that, so I play against one or two guys. I get meg one time. Then I made my research, and I saw master of the game. I saw all this kind of stuff, and that was the period I started to do freestyle. And so I had the opportunity to be invited to this tournament. So I knew who you are, especially, you know, because there is some videos, Aka Magazine, you, Edge, Easy It Man, you know. So I know who you are, and I know you were also one of the guy who was making everything behind that. And what the best moment for me from this moment, you know, it's when I did this freestyle show. And for the 31st second, I didn't touch the ball. I was doing like a presentation of myself, because for me, it's like I was introducing myself to the freestyle scene. And I didn't touch the ball for 30 seconds, but you were already in the mood. In the video, I see you were doing like that, like
yeah,
in the mood of on the song. And I was like, oh, great. It catch me, you know, directly. And it was like you said, we had some connection by other stuff, maybe the clothes, the swag, the music, maybe
yeah,
like all these kind of stuff were around the culture of the ball. But these things are connected to the ball, and straight away we get connected by those stuff, you know.
yeah, yeah. Hey, remember it was MSM time? You know, I've chatted with you guys for hours. You, Andreas, was, who else? I think that was the first. No, there was another guy. Shabby, Snappy.
Snipey the clown,
Yeah,
Snipey the
yeah,
clown.
yeah.
Yeah,
How is he
yeah,
doing?
that's the period when, huh?
How is he doing?
He's a break dancer, so he switched to freestyle at that period. Then after
Yeah.
he came back to break dance mostly, and I think he tried to educate people, but I'm not really in contact with him anymore. But I'm sure he's training some stuff. He was doing boxing at that point, at one point. So I don't really know now.
Okay. Okay. And your relationship with Andreas, because you guys were like brothers back then. And I thought you guys had a super special relationship. I really love that guy too. So, how's things with you guys? Still cool? You still work together?
Still cool, still my brother. Basically, on the business side, Andreas handled the S3 crew, and I'm handling, let's say, more other opportunities. And so, Andre, we still brother. We help each other. You know,
Yeah.
with the time, I have my wife and my kids, so it's different than before, where we could like travel the world everywhere. You know, for going to Master of the Game, we we pay we paid like we didn't pay the train, you know. We were trying to sneak to be able to come to Amsterdam, and we didn't have even an hotel. I don't remember if you remember that guy was working, his name, he was working for you guys at
Steve.
that time. He was Steve, yeah. And he helped us the whole night to get an hotel. It was a nightmare. Back in the day, let's just do one stop. It was crazy. Like, and Andreas and me, like every time I say, okay, Andreas, come with me, we go there. He was following me all the time, and we had so many stuff together like that.
Yeah, man. I bet you guys like us have thousands of anecdotes and stories about trips that you guys made. And I think Amsterdam was one of you guys' first trip, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Like maybe the third one. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, but it was our first official competition internationally.
Yeah.
So and what was special about this competition? It was freestyle and street football.
Yeah.
And that was so special for us, you know.
Yeah, it was a perfect mix.
Yeah, was perfect. Yeah. It was perfect. We could really express, you know, and we feel at home straight away. Like audience and the vibes and everything, the music, the people. Yeah, it was home. And we couldn't wait to have another one, you know. We were like, when is the next one? Where is the next one, you know?
Yeah. How did the freestyle scene respond on you guys when you first came out?
It was strange for them, you know, because I think they didn't like it. Like in the forum, you know, back in the day was more the forum. You post your video and you have all the comments of everybody. Most of the time there is good comment and bad comment. Like, and the bad comment were like, oh, this is not freestyle football. You guys are not doing that trick and that trick. And now I totally understand, you know. And back in the days for us, we didn't really take care about that because we just took any opportunity, any stage to express ourselves. The most important for us was to express, basically. And we know every time we get some hate, but we get some love. And we were just focused on the love. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody. It's impossible. But if you please yourself already and some people, it's already fine. So yeah, we have some argument with some of the communities. It was really funny sometimes. We had some battle, but at the same time, you know, when Andreas come from the hip hop culture and myself, I learned the hip hop culture through, because I'm come more from football. Then after I learned hip hop culture between 2003 and 2006, and I don't know if you saw this video, like B-Boy Benji versus B-Boy Junior. It's like two B-Boys, like with hundreds and hundreds people around them doing a crazy battle in Paris. And you know, when I start freestyle and street football, I want this happen for us, freestyle and street football. So this kind of conflict for me was nice sometimes, because I could like, oh, we can have a real battle, we can have a real conversation, we can have like, maybe we can like, instead of just arguing on forums, we can meet each other and go down, you know. And you know, I was loving this kind of stuff back in the day, you know.
Yeah, I like that too, and that's something that I also always admired about you. You know, we have the same passion, and that is football. You know, you're a little bit more on the freestyle entertainment side, where I'm more street match. And we had a lot of conversations, you know, about the future of street football, or how you see it, how I see it. And the thing was, we could say to each other what we thought without being insulted or disrespectful. We just saw it as a conversation to make things better at the end, you know. I didn't say I had the answers. You didn't say, but due to the discussions, you know, it opened our eyes and we could see better. And I loved that back in the days, you know. Now, you know, I could just tell you what I thought, and you told me the same thing, and I respected your opinion. And you know, at the end, it went a little bit like this, and we're still cool. We still talk about it in the same way. You know, I always feel that if you express yourself in the right way, you can tell everybody anything. But it's just about the way of communication, and you know, not being too proud to listen to somebody else's opinion. And I also admire that about you. You know, we had a lot of discussions. People don't even know, but it never got into an argument. You know, there's a difference between a discussion and an argument. You know.
Yeah, but there is a time to represent yourself, and there is a time to listen. I think when you talk, You need to listen. You need to understand. And also, this conversation can give you more inspiration. You can understand more stuff, and it can complete your thought, can complete where you come from, can complete many stuff. But when you are on the ground, that's where you need to prove, and you need to showcase your value and everything. And yeah, after you need to respect as well. Street football is it's also about that, respect and listen and be open-minded, because most of the people who face us first time, they are judging us. So if yourself you judge people, there is a wrong stuff. You know, you want to be good. You want to be open-minded.
Yeah, I really admire that about you, and that's why I think we have a good relationship. And when we first started, you know, when we first met, you know, I was impressed. You told me that you already knew me, but I think it was 2008, if I'm not mistaken, where we really got to know each other. When we did that little tour, Brussels, Paris, Amsterdam, and we were living in a van for a couple of days. You remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Funky
Like,
chicken.
yeah, sorry?
Funky chicken.
Funky chicken. And, like the light in the bus. Guys, for everybody who are in life, imagine you are new, you are young, you don't speak in English. You come in a bus with crazy people. Like they are crazy with the skills, but they are crazy in the head, you know, especially when they are together. You are in the front like the student, and behind you you have Edger and EC with a light, and they start to fire your hair. And he said, it's not me, it's not. And you don't know how to take that. Should I be angry? Should it be funny? It's really difficult. But it was funny because I learned how to know you and EC as well in this side. And yeah, it remind me and with my people, and it was really cool. And so this tour for those people, yeah.
No, go ahead.
For this tour, it was in 2008, and you guys were like going to play against people in their own neighborhoods. And so it was one of the first time for us at our time, you kind of go out of your city and go to meet us. So I tried to organize in Paris, in the most iconic for me street football court, in front of the Eiffel Tower, a meeting when you guys, I think the Paris scene at that time or the French scene was not ready for you. You were like this, even now. But I wanted to make people understand who you are and the value you're gonna bring to the pitch. So I bring as much as I can people, and you actually smash people out. And after from Paris, we came to Brussels, and it was totally different because Brussels scene was more ready for that. Yeah. And I remember we played, and me as well, I was not ready to play. So I remember at that time when we play 5v5. So there is a time where I was a football player, a normal football player. Then I get to know you guys from internet. So I get to know the philosophy of street football, the different tricks. So I reinvent myself. I reinvent to play from zero to a totally new level. But I reinvent myself mostly in one-on-one. Then to get these one-on-one skills to the 5v5, it took me a while. So as a football player, I was good. But when I play in a normal way. But as soon as I was trying to be more entertaining, it was difficult for me to include all these skills in a natural way. It took me like 3-4 years basically. And so 2008 was a great test because you guys, when you play for not for fun. I remember it was totally competitive. And when I went in, it was most of the time for me, it was a training mode because I need to practice till I get the right way to do the moves. But at the same time, I could not really lose the ball because if I lose the ball, you were shouting about me. Not you, Edger, because you were cool, but some of the other guys, they were mad about me. And I was like, I know I need to play. But at the same time, it was a great test for me. It was a great test. And Brussels was definitely the biggest test because the guy in front of us was good as well. I remember this black guy came inside. He make a fake shot. we move a little bit, all of us, and all the Brussels stadium say, "Oh!" And it was a totally crazy vibe at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that was actually the first time that I met Bangkok.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can tell. Yeah. Yeah. Bangkok. Yeah.
Did you know
Wow.
him before?
Yeah, I knew him because we went to Brussels a couple of times, and the second time I came to Brussels, it was for an event called Two Street to Freestyle. It was a basketball event, but I proposed to the guy, can I do a pana show, and I will pana all the Brussels people. But I didn't know Brussels was that good. For me, it was Amsterdam. So,
Hmm.
and I arrived to Brussels, I start the pana, I see the level was good, but I kind of matched that level. But when Bangkok came in, I see directly the talent of this guy, like
Yeah.
from the first touch, and I was like, okay, this man is too much. Yeah. So that's how I meet him, and I keep contact with him through the year, and
Yeah.
yeah, we meet him also in that tour.
Yeah, it was very funny. Yeah, yeah, it was a good, and what I liked about that tour is like you said, you know, you were the new younger kid, a kid. Yeah, we were young, so you were one of the youngest. You didn't speak the language. You're in this van with Dutch guys. So you're getting your hair burned, and the whole van was smelling like burned hair from your legs because underneath the seat, we burned your hair. We even started fighting in the bus. I don't know if you remember. I think it was Lenny and Issy or something, or Bon and Issy. They started really fighting in the bus. You remember?
Yeah.
All over the bin and try to hate each other. And you're like, what the is this? Where did I end up in? But the last couple of days, I remember being in the front, and all of a sudden I was, what do I smell? And then you were burning my hairs. You remember? You adapted real quick.
Yeah, you have to adapt. You have to adapt as a freestyler, a street football player. This is a quality you need to have. You need to adapt. If you are too much shy and you hide yourself, you're gonna miss the experience. I think you need to
Yeah,
try. You need to. And for me to connect with you guys at that time, I feel the brother between you. I feel the strong relationship. And I think like if I really want to learn from you guys, I need to kind of broke that line, broke that ice. And that was for me the way to do it is to come with the same game, the same bangers, the same banters as well. So yeah, I tried and it worked out because I think a couple of months ago, after that, I become one of the official freestyler for you. So all
yeah,
the gigs you got for like street football, you do by yourself. But if you need someone to entertain people, you call me a lot of time. And that experience basically give me a lot because in France, I was working for all the entertainment side. But when I came to Amsterdam was different. I remember the fashion show we had. I remember you bring me sleeping in your house, bring me to Ebony house as well.
yeah,
Spend the night with you, training with you, got to know the experience, the knowledge. So like the 2007, 2008, I went to a lot to Amsterdam, and it's actually educate myself. So all the years from 2000 to 2007, I learned all these years with you guys. So,
yeah.
and that's something like when talking now, I'm talk a lot. Sorry, but because I remember so many stuff. But I just analyze something. Most of the freestyler and street football player they learn from internet. So street football and freestyle get a massive boom because of internet. So many information online, so many videos. It's good, but for me, it's good in a 2D dimension. So you learn, but just the tricks or just to pass the opponent, but you don't know how to do it, when to do it, where this trick come from, the amount of the time you need to repeat it, or the amount when you should try it, and how much time you should try it in a game situation. So all this information you can only learn that in live
Yeah,
experience. And from that, like 2006 to 2008, I travel a lot with you, with a couple of different organizations. But you guys was a lot of good inspiration for me to learn those. Okay, I got the tricks, but it should look like credible. And to act credible, this is what I need to do. And you
yeah,
were a lot into, we win with style, but we win as well. We have our style, and everybody needs to be different. And that's all this kind of stuff. I get this information. I just eat all this kind of stuff, and it was part of myself. You know, in 2008, when I won the first Red Bull Street Style, actually it was one of the first time I become mature. I think I was almost ready to start my real career, because I get a lot of information for 2-3 years, and I practiced a lot all the time, and you guys are part of my history, basically, a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, man. It's very funny how our relationship went, and how you were like a sponge back then. Because I can also remember in 2008, you said, "Yo, can I stay with you in your room?" Because you wanted to talk about street football,
This
just
is
to
Dubai
understand it.
connection. I will come back in 3, 2, 1.
You're already
Go,
there.
I'm come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear me or no?
Yeah, no, sponge. I stop at sponge.
Okay. So you were like a sponge back then, and I really like that, because also in 2008 you said, "Yo, can I stay with your room? Because I want to talk about street football. I want to understand street football." And I was like, "This guy is an amazing freestyler. He just puts his pride aside and he just tells me like, listen, I want to learn how to play street football." And we talked all night, and you just took all this information. You took all this information, and then you went skyrocket, man. You went hard. And maybe that had something to do with 2008, because I think that changed your life, if I'm not mistaken. What did 2008 and the whole Red Bull freestyle competition do for you?
For me, it was a game changer personally first, because I took my revenge against football. For me, I had the potential to not become Ronaldinho, but to be a good football player like League One or League Two. You know, because I was with the best of my generation in my club.
Yeah.
So I always get this feeling inside. And when I won it, first of all, it was personally a revenge. So it released me. Then professionally, Red Bull, I had the chance to become an athlete. It was not planned at all, but this philosophy to be original, a little bit of hip hop culture, to be able to be play a little bit of street football, do a little bit of show, to add some different element. Red Bull found it really cool, because they could send me everywhere. I just need my ball and I can entertain people, and for their crowd was perfect. So
Yeah.
for world champion, it was credibility, and the fact I was playing street football, doing a little bit of freestyle, be a little bit funny, really easy for me to sell myself everywhere. And all these little things together, bring combined, make me work for 3 years in a row, work the whole world, making like traveling the world every single day, and learn how to speak in English, because remember my English back then. I know you guys make fun of me every time before. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, English was zero. Yeah, everything was zero. I just learned everything, and but also I think, and that's something really important, I think, for the new generation. And you guys have a big, I would say that is not bad, you know, but you guys have a big ego. So you are really strong in your mind, and when you go to the pitch, you are Dutch guy, you are the most technical, you invent that shit, you know, and you are proud of that. But in the same time, you have always the humility to go with the people, to try something new, to open your kingdom, for example. So I think being humble is part of the process to learn. So I think the kids, when they start freestyle and street football, they learn, they are humble, and when they reach a certain level of follower or a certain level of competition, they stop to be humble, and they don't want to see themselves start from zero. And that's something I always accept, you know, I accept to learn, I accept to lose, I accept to start from zero, I accept to start a new experience. And yeah, and being bad in that field specifically, and it's helped me a lot to progress, actually.
Yeah, it's funny that you mention it, and we have huge egos, you know, and it's also difficult for the first generation to let go of something that you created. You know, I think it's like hip hop. You know, the pioneers, don't get the exposure. They don't earn the money that, you know, the next generation is able to earn. So that's difficult to learn to live with. Um, then you try to protect the scene a little bit for the next generation. So whatever we experienced and the things that we did wrong, or you know, if we got screwed over, we try to tell that to the next generation. But there is a how do you say that? There's a gap between the generations. So we were trying to tell them that where they thought, wait a minute, they're gonna tell us what to do, or they think they're doing it better, or they don't give me the day of life. That was a collision at the beginning. So that was a weird thing. But also in that time, like you said, people were just commenting on your videos, and most of the time, people were just trash talking. You know, it doesn't matter who did it or what skill you did. People were always saying something negative. So it got into our minds for a minute, and that's when we tried to protect it. And I think that's where it went wrong a little bit. You know, but
Ramène-le, s'il te plaît.
say what?
Ouais, ouais, s'il te plaît. Sorry, because my kids is start to make the trouble. So I say to my wife, please get it.
Okay, okay. So and what people don't understand is that when we're on the pitch and when we're playing our sports, we're in our character. We're like actors, right? And once we get off the pitch, I'm the real me. When I'm on the pitch, I don't care about anything. I just want to win. I want to win with style.
Boom.
I want to humiliate you. I just want to kill you on the court. And that is something that I saw with you. Like you said, I accepted to win. I accepted to lose. I saw some videos where you were clapping and gave the next generation respect, where we would like that. If that happened to me, I would never be able to swallow it. So we had too much pride back then. We learned from the next generation that it's okay to lose, it's okay to get a pana, but you just gotta give them two panas, you know, to get even, instead of
But
denying it.
that's yeah, true. But I think it's normal in a way. There is two story I want to bring out of that things. First of all, when I get pana the first time in my life, in a pana situation, it was against a Dutch guy. It was the friend of Nabil El Alouchi. So his name was Mohammed, or not Mohammed. I don't remember, but I could find this guy, you know.
Yeah.
And when I get the pana, so I play against Nabil, he didn't pana me. There was another guy, he didn't pana me. Then this guy pana me, and my mind is like, I say, okay, you pana me, but I'm gonna find you back, and I find him back in one of Dutch tournament, and I pana him again, you know. But you know, because when I start pana or street football, I was under. So I was second. So I already accept the fact I can lose in a way. But you, when you start that thing, you're already the first because you create that shit. So you were always the best. It's for sure when you are always the best, the day where someone can take your crown or take something, it's harder to, because you never be at that spot to be like second or third, you know? So I understand that. And also it's happened to me for freestyle when I won 2008 as a first freestyle world champion. But you know, that was because Red Bull organized, but Mr. Wu could be the first freestyle world champion because he won 2003 Master of the Game, or Jan Van der Voort could be the first freestyle world champion because, so I kind of, for Red Bull, when in 2010, I had these things like, they don't understand me, I lost, but they don't get my freestyle, you know? But after a couple of months, I took it to a different energy, and I just find a way to get this negativity and this frustration, to bring that energy and release it to do something good. And yeah, like the biggest work for me was mentally, actually. But also I learned a lot by watching you guys, basically. You know, because in your community, there was people who were doing freestyle. They were not that popular as well. Some of you guys doing only street football. You have kind of argument between each other for different stuff. And those conversations, because I wanted to do everything. Like, I can't see myself only as a street football player. I can't see myself only as a freestyler. I just want to express, basically. You know, I just want to play. Doesn't matter what stuff. You know, I want to do the. I remember the tournament of Edgar Davids, 2007. All of you guys was there, and you had the special rules. Like, if you are a freestyler and you are not that good, you might be the sixth or the seventh player, and maybe you're gonna go in. And I can't accept that. You know, I was too proud. So I wanted to play freestyle on the side. So Ebony was playing with me, like all these guys was playing with me on the side. But once the game starts for them, they're coming on the pitch and not me. Come on, no, it's not possible. I need to go on that pitch as well. I need to experience that. So I need to work. I need to deserve it. So maybe I'm not that good compared to them. But what can make me a better player? What can make me impactful in this game? So I just watch you guys. Okay. Edger, when he get the ball, really confidence. Nobody can take the ball from him. He have his own trick, and he's strong. Okay, need to work that. Easy is a talented guy, going everywhere. You know, like he's the rising star. Okay, how I can be like that? You know, I was analyzing every single step of every guys, and I was like, how I can be myself, but learn from everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, and it's interesting that you mentioned this, because this is something that people don't know. They don't understand from us, because, you know, freestyle now is a serious discipline within football, right? It became huge, and the things that you guys do are epic. You know, the events, the tricks that you guys do are crazy. You know, the shows that you guys do, but it didn't always been like that. You know, when freestyle came up out of street football. I'm just going to be honest with you. So this was the thing. Street football was the thing to do. So you played street football. Like you said, if you weren't good enough, you were on the sideline. So what did you do when you were on the sideline? You started juggling, you know, try to do some tricks, try to do some freestyle moves. So back in the days in our time, when you were a good freestyler, it meant that you were too much on the sideline. You understand what I'm saying?
I knew that. I knew that. Yeah. It's part of your history. Yeah.
That is exactly, it's part of our history, and people don't know that. It was either you either were a goalie if you were not good enough, or you were on the sideline and juggling a ball. And from us, the freestyle scene came from people that weren't good enough. So we, back in the days, and looking back, it's weird, but we kind of looked down on freestylers until it became so popular, and you guys did tricks that are from a different planet. But people didn't understand that we looked at that because that was our history. And that was an argument too. You know? We got a collision with the freestyle world. But it was just our reality. You know, we just didn't know better. It wasn't a separate discipline back then.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, like in Holland, it was like that. But for example, in France, the connection between the freestylers and the street football scene was not there. It's like, okay, you have skills with the ball, and maybe you are inside Paris and you want to express yourself. Oh, there is b-boy. Maybe you can b-boy with the ball. You know what I mean? So, and that was what I understand straight away. It was depend of where you are. The history of the way to play with the ball is different. And my goal was to be able to play every single way to play with the ball. So when I go to Amsterdam, I need to be ready to do that tournament. When I go to Belgium, I need to be like that. When I go to France, I need to be like that. So I wanted to be able to play everywhere, because maybe at your time, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but during 2000 to 2005, there is a lot of street tournament with prize money and with a strong community. So this scene was enough for you guys. You don't need more. You are every weekend you have your tournament, you play and stuff like that. So you have a place to express yourself, and you have the tricks to be different than anybody else. So your story, and you have a link with N1 Mixtape, maybe we can talk about later on. So you have a totally vision of where you are and where you can go. For a guy like me, there is no place to express. There is nothing. Just Red Bull Street Style maybe once a year or stuff like that. So my only way is to go everywhere. So I need to push every side. Freestyler, I need to push that side. Doesn't matter if they don't think it's credible. Street football, I need to push as well, because it's a big link with football, and football is the sport the most popular in the world. Bana, it's good because when you humiliate someone in one-on-one, everybody will scream. So I need to push that as well. So in my perspective, it was like as like I see every discipline as a different country, and I need to speak all these different language. And that was my mentality back then. I need to learn all this language, and that's gonna spread me everywhere.
It's a very good conversation, man, and I really like that, you know, the people that are watching are listening to your story, because, you know, a lot of people see your successes, but they have no clue where you came from, and I do. You know, you were juggling and freestyling in Paris, and you worked your ass off to get where you are right now, and it took you a while. You know, it didn't happen overnight, and nowadays you get a lot of information through social media, and people, you know, want to get there very quick, but they don't understand that even guys like you know, you paid it, but maybe 10 years to get where you are, maybe even longer. You know, you came from a situation where a lot of people would give up. What was it for you that you did what you did to get where you are? What was your drive? What was your motivation?
Okay.
Yeah, what?
Okay,
Yeah.
it's deep. It's deep inside, and I think it's everybody have his own reason. But I will try to explain without taking too much time. But when I start to play with the ball in my life, when I was 6 years old, my dream was to be a professional football player. But why? Because when you are kids and you are good with this, everybody around you respect you for most of the case. So your brother, your father, your friends. So if you are powerful with this, you have no problem at school. Nobody will try to fool you because you are part of the strong guy. And me, in my city, it was a small city, but really strong character. So I was always good with the ball, but a shy boy. So I look up and I see professional football player. So my only way to be good with this ball and to stay with the ball my whole life is to be a football player. I tried and I almost did it because I was 1 year with the professional, you know, League One, not making game, but training with them like regularly. Like many of us, injury came up, some other problem, also family and stuff came up. But I was still on the way to find a club, maybe third division, second division, maybe in Belgium, maybe in Thailand. I have some touch. And also there is no internet at that time, so it's not that easy to broadcast you. Then so during that period, trying to find a new club, I was coach of the kids, okay? So for 1 year, I have to recover from broke my ankle. So I have 1 year of rehabilitation. I was coach, I was teaching the kids, and I was starting to do some tricks as a rehabilitation. The kids always ask me, oh, can you bring us to this street tournament, to these activities, blah, blah, blah. I bring them, and one day I see us, was Adidas, I think, yeah, make like a street football one-on-one tournament. And I see 19 years old guys, 20 years old guys come in this tournament. Okay, I'm going. It was 2004. I'm going. I'm not a freestyler. I'm not a street football player. I don't know anything. I'm going. I play this game. I qualify for the regional. I go to national final. I play against the old guys. I won. I'm the champion. I win the final with a pana without knowing pana and everything. Then I get to play against a professional football player called Sidney Govou. I play one-on-one against him. I pana him by luck, you know, not like a crazy pana, just like a touch, single move. Then after that, all these cameras stop and say, oh, can you please show me the move you did? Can you talk about that? And I see in 2 minutes, like they ask me, can you do some move as well? We see you doing some tricks and stuff like that. Okay, I will do it. And in 2 minutes, I get the attention of everybody in the room. And compared to 90-minute game, like I was running on the pitch and I couldn't get the attention. I couldn't get the respect of everybody with my style. But with this style, if I change pitch, I play on the concrete or I play on the stage, I get the respect. So I can become someone just by playing the ball, but just change the place to play. I don't need to play only on that spot. I can play everywhere. So I had this, like actually, let me show you. That was this day. This is Gils Cissé sign. Yeah, that was this day. This is a report for, yeah, this is the tournament, yeah. And this is the ghetto I come from, Sarcelles. So this picture was posted in my neighborhood with all the guys. So yeah, it's another story. But once I get that, I was okay. My dream is not to be I don't want to be a professional football player. Now I understand what I want to be. I want to communicate with people. I want to express myself. This is my dream. So I will make everybody in my power to express myself as much as I can, and if I don't like to express here, I don't connect with people, I will not spend time here. If I see I can connect with people, I will spend time here. And that's why also later on I start to spend time on social media, because it's part of my dream. I want to connect with kids, I want to connect with people. And yeah, that's the day I switch.
It's an amazing story, man, and that is some very good information, and also very interesting for the kids, but also for the brands, because the things that you say is a different mind state, and it's also you know, we have different ways now to reach people. So that's very interesting. I wanna you just told me about that picture, and I wanted to to talk about this anyways. So back in the days, we were all totally different. We were own personalities, right? And there's a reason for that. And you see it not that much anymore with the newer generation. I think the newer generation has lifted the street football scene to a different level. You know, trick wise, play wise, marketing wise, through social media and everything. You know, we can do so much more than just a trick as a community. But there is one thing that I also see, which I'm like, why did that vanish? Like, you have a certain image. How important is your image? For instance, your hair, the Red Bull cap, the sweatband, you know, your beard. How important is that? I try to explain this to children or to the next generation. But what do you think? Why you think that is so important?
Okay, so I grew up with Captain Tsubasa and Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball
Hmm.
Z. So
Yeah.
as the stuff will inspire me. I was a shy boy. Okay, the first time in my life I did the freestyle show. So maybe 2 weeks after that competition, someone called me and said, "Oh, I see you on the news. Can you come and do some tricks with in front of 20 people, play against them or anything?" And when I came in, I was so shy. Uh, the guy, I told him, please tell the people I'm come from Brazil, I don't speak French, and call, and he said, okay, how you want me to call you? My real name is Arnaud Garnier. But
Yeah.
he called me, okay, you know, you have this, we're gonna call you Sean Paul. And I switched, I said, no, you know what, you're gonna call me Sean. You know, it's almost the same, but like this, I have my own personality. When I come on the stage, people welcome me as a Brazilian guy. Like everybody was friendly, and they don't know me, but they know my character, like
Yeah.
maybe the me, and I understand that straight away. Like the character, it's a good way to it can be the superpower man, you know, the Superman, the Batman. You need to dream. So maybe yourself, you are too humble, too proud, or you have too much value. So sometimes you can throw your energy to someone else who is not really you, but it's you in the same time. And to have your own character, it's a really good stuff to try new stuff. You know, you can fail with that character. You don't mind. It's not you. You can, you know, you can try many stuff. So I did this kind of mental work with myself, and it's helped me a lot. And after I discover in marketing, to have your own way, you have your own brand. It's one of the most important stuff, you know. I think people, when they talk about freestyle, they will say, oh, you know the guy with the dread who have his Red Bull cap, and bam, it's powerful. And even yourself, you know, we like when I start to follow videos about street football, there is 2 or 3 guys who came out like visually, not only with the skills, and you were part of them, because I can see a small guy, a little bit big, with sometimes with the hat, sometimes with no hair. You know, I can straight away see the character, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's the style, you know, and it's really important. And I think people don't measure that because of internet as well. They get the tricks, so they are focused on the trick, but they don't focus on everything around that. And the brand and the character, it's really, really important, and that's gonna help you out.
And you're back in 1, 2, 3. No? Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, man, that is
So
food for thought, and this is very important for the next generation. I think there's always room for improving yourself, and I think this is very important. You don't hear me very well, right?
it's echo, but I can understand. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I know we have only 9 minutes left because you're a busy man, so I don't want to take too much time out of your hands, and you got to
Well,
go at 2 o'clock.
we can make a part two. You know, people have to message you and maybe say maybe they want to see other stuff. You know, maybe later on in next weeks, coming weeks, if there is people who want to know more about stories or about opinion, maybe they can reach out and say, oh, we want you to talk about that. You know, because for us it's really hard to in 1 hour to talk about everything, and I think it's good if
Yeah.
we split that in different. You know.
I think that's a very good idea. So send the questions, and I'll check the questions that you guys put in the comments, and we can go the next session. We're going to go through the questions of the audience. I just wanted to pick your brain, and so the last thing I want to discuss with you is your last project, which I think is very very important for the scene. You know, we had FIFA Street, we had FIFA Volta, and now you're busy with another project involved a lot of street football players and freestylers. I think this is an epic moment and also a very exciting moment because now we can monitor how big the street football scene really is. Because I think mostly street football players, freestylers, and people out of the scene will buy this product first, and then hopefully it will, shift over to the masses. Can you tell me a little bit about your latest project?
Okay, for me, so Street Power Football is the video game is going to be out on August in PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and this project is more than a video game for me. It's a platform basically. It's how I can link people who are at home and don't have a clue with freestyle and street football with people who struggle on the street every single day training crazy tricks. How I say platform, for me, the platform we have are not enough strong, and I'm not someone who's going to say my platform is going to be the best platform in the world. No, it's going to be one of the platform who help the street football and freestyle scene to be mainstream. By that, I want my ultimate dream will be to set up competition still with the scene, and some of the guys who won this competition, we can give them the project to be feature on the video game, and for most of the kids who start, it can be a good motivation for the 2-3 years. And you've been in the scene since quite a while as well, also more than me, and you see that there is a lot of people starting, but after 3 years or 4 years they quit. Why? Because they don't have enough dream, they don't have something to look up. And that's for me something to give back as well. It's like how I can create project who will give opportunity to the new generation. And if I can create project is marketing wise good for me, because we are a little bit selfish. You need to do something or also motivate yourself, being in your headlines and stuff like that. But in the same time, I want to give back and do something can be impactful for the new generation as well. So being in a video game was one of my dreams, and I think, and everybody, street football or freestyle or even football player dreams, we all, when we kick a ball, think about, oh, if I'm in FIFA, wow, I will love that. So
Yeah.
why not create that? And FIFA is already established. I had the opportunity to be with FIFA, to be honest with you. I could be one of the character in Volta, but I choose to have my freedom to express, and maybe for one of the time try my own project. Try something I can have a little bit more space to change, and to play with, because maybe FIFA will be always FIFA, and you can't really like say, oh, I want to do like this or like that. So yeah, it's a choice. It's a good way. I think it's complementary because this game is arcade mode. It's not really realistic. So also it's coming with my style because I'm more like into the show, into this element. So I think it's nice. It's nice compliment, and I hope we have a good success and can help one of the kids out there. And it's already some freestyler inside, so it's good.
Yeah, yeah, I love it, and I totally agree with you. You know, we need a platform for the new generation. Very quickly before we leave, it's funny. Our paths have just crossed. I always did stuff to express myself, to have inbring in whatever I'm doing, and you were for me the example how you could make a crossover to a bigger audience. You know, street football was like this before Jean Garnier. Street football is like this with Jean Garnier, right? You did stuff that you pulled in people that didn't know anything about the game into the football and the freestyle world. Um, and I actually did the FIFA Volta thing because we reached a big audience that the street football world don't reach. So that was for me the decision that I was made. So we changed shoes, man. You doing the things that I used to do, and the other way around. So that is very interesting. Sean, I want to thank you for your time. It was an amazing chat with you. We're definitely going to do this again and answer all the questions. I want to wish you very good luck with your family. That first of all, stay safe, stay healthy. I want to wish you luck with the new video game, and I want to wish you luck with everything you do, brother. And stay healthy, man. Keep on doing that gym thing. That's good for you. We're getting older.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I want to broke up. This guy, like, also is always a big brother for me many times, because behind the guy who's really skillful, he have a mindset, he have a lifestyle. I used to call him around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but at that time he was always saying, "Oh, I leave the office. This is my time to go gym." Or, you know, like back in the days, I was trying to join you, and always you go gym, and I didn't understand that why you go to the gym. But now I understand. Now I
Now you get
understand
it.
you have a, yeah, now I understand, and thank you for everything you give me. Sorry for the guys if I talk too much about me and me and me, and not too much about the connection with Edward. But definitely, I want to say big respect to this man. He was part of my history, part so on my success, and part of so many success story. And that's why I want to give back also. And anytime you will need me to do something, I will be here for you, man, my friend.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy your day and do what you're doing. And same thing for you. If you need me, just give me a call. I'll be there. Take care, brother.
Thank you. I
We'll talk
appreciate it.
soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye.